everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. Tonight is our biggest soap release of the entire year, and we're not just releasing soap, we're also releasing new wax melts, body lotions, and sugar scrubs. These are the soaps that we pulled from the vault: Toasted Almond and Plum, Pinewood Trail, Wildflower Honey, Frankincense and Myrrh, and Peppermint Hot Cocoa, and today's soap, Sweet Shop. So if you want to stay tuned till the end of the video, I will talk a little bit more about the fragrance notes. I have also written a blog post I will link down below for those of y'all who want to know all the minutia about every single soap, how strong they are, etc. And so without further ado, let's make a frosted soap. A new winter soap that mixes up some different themes from old winter soaps. What could be better? And I had to get one design in here for you colorful gals. I am trying to make my soaps a little more evergreen. After all, if you're giving them as Christmas gifts, I don't want the design to be irrelevant on December 26th. I want whoever receives the soap to be able to use them well into January without feeling like they're using a piece of decor that's outdated. Lye water is in, sodium lactate is in, kaolin clay is in. Let's blend. I'm looking off to the side and I fear I mixed up too much color for these, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it. First thing I have to pour is our top layer. This is supposed to look a little bit like gingerbread because we do have some gingerbread embeds we're putting on top. There we go, a little bit of gingerbread. And now for our other colors. All right, let's mix up our first 5 colors. Yeah. 5. We're gonna have some white, some hot pink, some green, some red, and some purple. All right, just added our secret sauce fragrance that I am gonna blend in by hand. Blending in by hand takes a little extra love, I'm not gonna lie to you, but even though this particular fragrance behaves really well, this is just gonna ensure that all of my swirls are as luscious as they could possibly be. All right, let's get to pouring. Let's start with red, just for fun. I'm aiming for 2 to 3 passes. Let's do a pink next. Maybe some of our white, some green that will look far prettier tomorrow than it does today, and some purple. Okay, at this point, I'm kind of just pouring it in however I can. Okay, this looks so fun. Let me mix up the top. Oh, this looks so pretty. Katie, does it smell like gingerbread? No, it does not. It's called Sweet Shop because it does, in fact, smell like candy. Fancy candy. It smells like fancy candy. There is the ever softest hint of florals in there as well. Like super, super, super soft floral. Beautiful. Okay, that is going to set up perfectly. So let me go ahead and mix up the frosting. All right, so my soap frosting is still a little bit squishy because I do have a lot of embeds to put onto this soap, and I need to go ahead and get started with the frosting or else I'm never gonna have enough time to put everything in. I have really been loving playing with fragrances recently. I am so pleased with the reception of the Into the Wilderness collection. You guys loved the fragrances I loved the most, so that feels like the biggest win of all time. I have been working extra hard on getting some fun things done for my siblings. You guys probably remember from a while back, I did an Over the Garden Wall collection. I love Over the Garden Wall. In fact, this Saturday that I'm filming, I'm going to have an Over the Garden Wall watch party because my younger siblings haven't watched it all the way through. Like, a couple of them have seen some episodes, but they haven't seen everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, we need to do snacks. I was heavily inspired by this one girl on TikTok who went all out with her Over the Garden Wall party. I was like, girl, you and me, same energy. I want to do that. I'm gonna make some little potatoes and molasses cupcakes. I'm gonna have some firewood, which is really just pretzels. Really tempted to get a George Washington animal stuffy that we pass to a new person every time the frog's name gets changed, and whoever ends up with it at the end of the watch party gets to keep it. My sisters and I have been doing calisthenics. It is a huge goal for us to have a little family fitness center together. Like, we've all been doing our best to get healthier this year, and a lot of us have found we really enjoy body weight exercises, Pilates, and calisthenics. So we're hoping to sort of expand a little bit. My sisters are already really good at it, and my brother Elisha is also really good at it. It's me. I'm the one lagging behind. Okay, we're gonna keep the tops of these soap really short. I'm really just gonna try to fill it in. I don't want a large top because we have a lot of embeds and some of them are really tall, and I don't want them to be too tall for our shipping boxes because we do have some little mini boxes that we ship the orders that only order one soap in. Also, the taller the bar is, the more awkward it is to hold. So it's better not to make them too tall. Also, you guys pretty much have me convinced to go ahead and just get the Breville for Black Friday. So thanks for all that. I keep seeing visions of me and my sisters in like 2026 spending time doing our exercises together and then like having a cup of coffee. Okay, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of Sparkle Plenty on top of this. Listen, I have yet to find a mica duster that over time actually stayed intact and worked. I don't know if Mad Micas even sells the little like pump top caps anymore because mica just clogs these things after a certain amount of time. Okay, first embed, our green little gumdrops. These I'm going to use to mark the tops of all the soaps. I'm going to turn this slightly on an angle. All right, one more. There we go. And now we can do the peppermints. Katie, are all those peppermints hand painted? You bet they are. A labor of love by my sister Shelly every single year. We also have little gingerbread men and another little gumdrop, and I've got to figure out how on earth I am going to manage to place all these in here. I thought I was gonna do it this way. I think that works pretty good. I'll do it just like that, which means our little peppermint can take up this full side. Oh, this looks so cute. I saw somebody went to, I believe it was a Swedish sweet shop in New York. That was a little bit of the inspiration here. I'm sorry if that's the wrong thing. I know it's in New York. I'm pretty sure it's Swedish, but it might be Swiss. And the interior vibes were absolutely beautiful. So old-fashioned, very romantic. I just felt like that would be such a pretty addition to this holiday market collection. I'm also bringing back our wildflower honey. That was our best seller last year. It even beat out frankincense and myrrh, which has been our bestseller for many years now. You guys really love that fragrance blend, and I've had a lot of really positive feedback on it. Now, you know, I would never claim my soap did anything, but I would encourage you to go read the reviews on that particular soap. We do add local honey to every single batch, and people and their skin seem to be really enjoying that. All right, peppermint's done. Now we just have to add the gingerbread. Look at all the little gingerbread men. Truly, this is going to be like the most time-consuming soap ever, but I feel like the holidays is the perfect time to really splurge on your art, on your craft, to make sure that everything is dress right dress, and to really just add that extra flourish. Any of you guys have any travel plans for the holiday season? I do go through these comments, especially for ones like this, because I love seeing what you guys get up to. Travel is a huge part of my life. It's something that I want to incorporate more and more as the years go by. You guys have heard me say that. So hearing where you guys are going and where you hope to spend Christmas. Are you going home to be with your parents? Are you spending time abroad with friends? I want to know all the details. You know, I've been on the internet for such a long time. We've seen so many changes on the platform. It's not what it used to be. And one of the things that I really miss is just the community aspect, but I don't have to miss that on my own channel because people are still so active. We still talk to one another. I see other people interacting all the time and I'm like, I've seen y'all's username for years. And that really is like my favorite part. Woo, I am having to push these little gumdrops in on the side because they barely fit. They actually look really, really good with the gingerbread men though. Yeah, let me know what you're up to. I know we have Thanksgiving before Christmas and Black Friday. I know. Not everyone on my channel though is in America and therefore not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving. Last year we did Hobbit Thanksgiving where my family and I all dressed like hobbits and we played like the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. I don't know what the theme is going to be this year, but my sisters and I love finding literally any excuse whatsoever to dress up. So chances are there will be a theme and we will probably like make food and stuff accordingly. We did have to have some on-theme hobbity items. All right, last few here, and then we can add some biodegradable glitter. 'Tis the season for bio glitter. Also, let me turn this towards you so you can see the little peppermints. Aren't they cute? All right, let's add our glitter. We're going to use this glitter from Mad Micah's. It's called Into the Mystic. And again, we are doing our best to not make things overly Christmassy. That is why I am not doing any holiday themed glitter on the soaps this year. I want them to be more evergreen. And let me tell you, the feedback I got last year for making that decision was overwhelmingly positive. Tons of people were like, thank you so much. You know, like I live abroad and these don't reach me until late December. So thank you for making things that are, again, more evergreen, that are very relevant all through the winter time. You got it, bestie. I try to design things and think of things that I, as a consumer, appreciate. And that's one of them. I'm one of those people that actually leaves up my Christmas/winter decor until about Valentine's Day. So I don't have a lot of like Santa or specific Christmas item. It's mainly just winter stuff. And I like that. I like that for a Bath and Body item. So there is the soap finished. So many embeds, but so worth it. This is Sweet Shop. We're gonna let it sit for 18 to 24 hours and then we will come back and we will cut up these bars. Let you guys look at the inside after this quick commercial break. Look at how pretty this turned out. If you saw this and you didn't watch royalty soaps at all and someone was like, what do you think that is? What would you guess? I've had some weird people answer that. Not weird people. I've had some weird answers to that question over the last couple of years. I can tell you that much. Nobody ever knows what it is, especially when it's in loaf form. It's even harder to tell. Most of the time they just think it's some sort of a dessert they've never seen before. But I've had people say like wickless candles, which is honestly a pretty good guess. I'm like, same category, different product. Look how beautiful and glossy the side of that soap looks. Like you can literally see it reflecting the light. It's so smooth. Definitely most concerned about protecting the peppermints. So I'm going to place them facing up. Make sure everything is aligned well. I'm getting 2 little slivers on the end here. Pull one out of the middle, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So we have some big, pretty gloops on there. Totally matches all the embeds. And every single bar looks different, just the way we like it. I do like the way this looks. I did want the colors to be a little bit swirlier, so I made them a little bit swirlier in the future batches. But I do like the color of each one of these things. I think it's the exact perfect color and that it all flows together really well. What is your favorite holiday candy, a candy that comes out only during the holidays. I like chocolate covered oranges and chocolate covered raspberries. Those are some of my absolute favorites. I also like anything with marshmallow, and I feel like people do more marshmallow themed items during the winter. I really love homemade marshmallows. Wow, look at the wispies on the side on this one. That's so pretty. This turned out just perfect. The fragrance is sweet, but not overpowering. Ooh, that is so pretty. Look at the thin. That is like the thinnest red accent I probably have ever made. I honestly can't wait to take pictures of these soaps. It's going to be such a fun photo shoot. You can answer the question of the day down below if you're not like on your way back home from work or like trying to go to bed or something. Yeah, look how cute. Ah, I just love it. I'm going to be on the hunt for some new Christmas candy based on y'all's comments. This is what the final version of Sweet Shop ended up looking like. I beefed up the colors. I made it a little more swirly, and I'm so glad I did. Gonna place it right down here, and this is our entire winter market collection. Now, if you don't know how this works, if you buy all 4 of these soaps together, it will ship free in the United States. And if there is a classic Royalty Soaps winter fragrance that you already know you love, I have bundles of all of the products in that fragrance that also ship free in the United States. So you can get the lotion, the soap, the wax melts, and the sugar scrubs all together. And yes, for all of you who've been asking customer service like 90 times a year, will you make other things in the Wildflower Honey fragrance? We did it. You got wax melt, sugar scrubs, and a lotion now. If you don't know someone very well, Wildflower Honey is our go-to recommendation for fragrance. It's the one we have the most positive feedback about and the one that we have remade and sold the most of. Sweet Shop and Toasted Almond and Plum are our strongest fragrances in my personal opinion. They are also our gourmand fragrances. So if you like things that smell a little bit foodie, well, I've paired those fragrances with the frosted top soaps. They just seem to go together. Pinewood Trail is earthy and fresh, but it is one of the lighter fragrances. So if you're looking for something that isn't too overwhelming, maybe you're even sensitive to smells, this is the one that I would recommend. And then of course I had to bring back 2 of our most loved fragrance combos ever, the frankincense and myrrh and the peppermint hot cocoa. If you like a minty smell that isn't overpowering, it isn't too strong, and still has a little bit of sweetness in it, go with this one. If you want something a little bit spicier, some more amber, some more myrrh, smells a little more like essential oils with a bit of sweetness, this is the one I would go to. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it finds you well and happy and content and cuddle up in bed or on your way home to take an everything shower. Be sure you do something for yourself today, whether that is just brushing out your hair because it's been a little while, or maybe stepping outside and taking 3 deep breaths in the clean air. I don't really care what you do. Just do something for you. This is another time I'm going to kind of lean in a little bit and say, I actually mean that. I want you to think about those words as I'm saying them. We are headed in to a season of life, of the year, where everything is busy, everything is chaotic. People are vying for your attention and your money and your time and everything. And so you need to take some time to breathe out, to figure out what your priorities need to be, and maybe take a couple of steps to ground yourself, calm yourself down, and then go forth being your best self, okay? Are you listening? I hope you're listening. And I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, bye for now. Meow.